Well, it's taken roughly a decade and a half for these folks to finally see the writing on the wall, but check out these quotes, first from the Toyota CEO on the Chinese competition. Quote, "Unless things change, we will not survive. I want everyone to acknowledge this sense of crisis." Honda's CEO on the Chinese competition. Quote, "We have no chance against this. It is an incredible sight to behold such a delayed reaction. I am on the record going back to 2019 publicly saying that both Toyota, Honda, and all of the world's large legacy automotive manufacturers were completely fucked unless they immediately went all in on EVs, full speed ahead. It's now 2026, and they are finally starting to see the writing on the wall and say it out loud. They're cooked. They know they're cooked. Now, interestingly, no mention of Tesla. I've been reiterating this point for some time. More than 3 years ago, I wrote all automakers outside of Chinese EV makers and Tesla are on track for bankruptcy this decade. Very few will survive. I specifically called out Toyota in this post. Toyota, 100% fucked. Another one from a few years back, it's 2030. This is a list of the top 10 selling automotive companies by vehicle sold. Number 1, Tesla. Number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Chinese EV makers, with one or two stunning exceptions of legacy auto companies that miraculously didn't go bankrupt and are still selling meaningful numbers of EVs. Here's a post from early into the scamdemic after the announcement of a massive merger, in which I wrote, as I said over a year ago, most legacy automakers will not survive the decade. They'll merge, be acquired, or go bankrupt. More to come. We're actually going to read the highlights from this article. And as we do, just remember, what was obvious years ago, legacy auto cooked, Tesla and Chinese EVs going to dominate. And now finally, the penny starts to drop. Toyota and Honda's leaders actually finally saying out loud, yeah, we're cooked, fuck. I've also been saying, and it's also obvious and inevitable, that the future of transportation is autonomous. Not just any kind of autonomous, but vision-only general autonomy. You don't have it, you don't have a business. What consumer in their right mind in the future, when it is legal to purchase, say, for example, a Tesla, which can legally drive you from point A to point B with zero supervision, meaning you can legally get in the vehicle, in the back, go to sleep, arrive at your destination. No need to worry, it's safer than human driver. What person in their right mind is going to purchase a vehicle that can't do that? The answer to that question is no one in their right mind is going to buy a vehicle that can't drive them from point A to point B autonomously and legally and safely. And before you go, well, what about the people who can't afford it, bro? The answer to that question is they'll just use transport as a service. They won't even own a vehicle, which funnily enough is going to actually be cheaper than owning a vehicle. Penny still hasn't completely dropped for legacy auto companies on autonomy. Had it dropped years ago, these companies would have been licensing technology from Tesla. Already today, they could be offering FSD to their customers. Subscribe, $100 a month. They could do revenue share. Maybe Tesla takes half, they take half. Suddenly now they have a recurring high margin revenue stream using Tesla FSD. Tesla gets access to the data, trains, gets better, everyone wins. But they're too fucking retarded to do this as well. And just to be clear, a post from me in July 2020, call it 6 years ago, stating the obvious. Been saying this for a long time. License technology from Tesla or go bankrupt this decade. I did, however, make a major error in this post, claiming, wrongly, that this will become obvious to everyone soon. And 6 years later, I don't think it's obvious to these dipshits at Legacy Auto. So let's read this article and just keep in mind how retarded these Legacy Auto companies truly are. I wonder how long it takes until they realise they need autonomy or they're cooked. It's safe to say that Honda is in a bit of a pickle. It recently cancelled 2 of its own electric vehicles, the Zero SUV and Zero Sedan. Were they really called that? What a prophetic name. Along with the Acura RSX revival. It will book up to a mere $15.8 billion in losses. And that's not all. They also had 2 EVs apparently being developed with Sony, which are also dead on arrival. It's an alarming sign of how some retarded automakers are struggling to create a profitable business case for electric cars. And in fairness, as I've said, which still remains true, Tesla's the only company producing high volumes of electric vehicles, making money doing so today. Still today. The only company.
What about BYD, Stephen?
They've got a highly profitable battery business carrying their loss-making EV business, right? You do know that, right? Right? Exactly. Let's move on. One company, Tesla, next. But the issues go deeper than just EVs. As with most long-running nameplates, Honda is having a hard time remaining competitive in China. Sales have collapsed in just a few years, from a peak of 1.62 million in 2020 to only 640,000 units in 2025. And just jumping in, here's where it gets rather brutal. Only about half of its manufacturing footprint is being utilised, well below the 70 to 80% typically needed in the automotive industry to turn a profit. The 2026 annual output is projected to drop below 600,000 units. Honda's CEO and president recently travelled to China to gain insight. Oh, God. Yes, I'm just going to read this again. It's 2026 and I'm recording this, just to be clear. This is not an old video I've dug up. Honda's CEO and president recently travelled to China to gain insight into how domestic companies are churning out so many products in such a short time frame. That's right. Didn't do it 10 years ago. Oh, God. This is unbelievable. After visiting an auto supplier factory in Shanghai, he made a stark remark, quote, "We have no chance against this." Now, I don't want to be seen to be unreasonably harsh on these absolute fuckwits running legacy auto companies, but if you had no chance against this, would you want to know that 10 years ago so you could make drastic changes, 5 years ago, or right now? This is like the time Toyota, years after its release, tore down a Tesla Model Y for the first time and described the engineering inside as magic or beautiful or something to that effect. Years after the Model Y comes out, Toyota finally decides to look inside one. Years after, not months after, not weeks after, years after. They're brain dead. The article continues. China develops a new car in 2 years. You might have heard about China's speed and how local automakers can develop a brand new model in 2 years or less. By comparison, legacy brands often need twice as long and sometimes even more to engineer a new product. With an astronomical number of companies developing vehicles at a record pace, it's no wonder it feels like China is launching a new car every other day. Chinese suppliers are not only able to match this pace, but also do so with cost efficiency that the industry's biggest names can only dream of. This is so funny. Upon returning from China, Honda's CEO told suppliers, quote, "We must act quickly to accelerate development." It makes me want to claw my eyeballs out. This is the CEO of Honda, who's only just taken a trip to China to suss things out and only just realised, oh shit, we must act quickly or we're cooked. To that end, Honda is restoring its independent R&D division by relocating thousands of engineers to a newly established engineering subsidiary. It is expected to operate with greater autonomy than the past 6 years, when the development was centralised and the headquarters called the shots. Whether this added creative freedom will turn things around, spoiler alert, no it won't, remains unclear, though it's reasonable to assume that major decisions will still be made at headquarters. And there's more. Ford and Toyota are also fine. Everything's fine, nothing to say here. Honda's leadership isn't alone in sounding the alarm across the supply chain. In an October 2025 interview with CBS Sunday Morning, Ford CEO Jim Farley didn't mince words either. Quote, "They have enough production capacity in China with existing factories to serve the entire North American market and put us all out of business." Similarly, a former Toyota CEO recently told suppliers during a meeting with representatives from 484 companies that unless things change, the company's very existence could be at risk. Quote, "Unless things change, we will not survive. I want everyone to acknowledge this sense of crisis." Oh, God. I feel bad laughing, but how many dozens of videos in which I said specifically Toyota's fucked, legacy auto's fucked, they need to change rapidly, don't see the writing on the wall. How is it a midwit content creator sees this stuff years ahead of time, calls it out repeatedly, is on the record, video after video after video, including dozens of exclusives on Patreon. Link in the description if you want to join. Go search the archive for Ford, GM, Honda. Just pick your legacy auto company or just search the tags, including legacy auto. You'll see on the record. I want to bring you guys back to the present moment. The same thing is happening now with autonomy. These dipshits could have, back in 2020, after Musk publicly said that Tesla was open to licensing technology, which obviously includes FSD, said, "Hey, Elon, we realize that if we don't have autonomy in the future, we're cooked. Plus, it seems like a pretty high margin revenue opportunity we could offer our customers. What do we need to do to allow our customers to purchase outright or pay monthly to subscribe to your FSD software? What do we need to do? We will accommodate you." Of course, the response from Tesla would have been high volumes, minimum, let's call it 1 million units a year, covering cameras. We'll make the hardware, the FSD computer. Our engineers will help with camera placement and some software adjustments and get the software running. Pretty simple. Mainly, you just need to commit to high volumes and covering all of your vehicles, not just the ones that people want the stuff for, but all of them in the cameras. And we'll get exclusive access to the data stream to train and make it even better. Everyone wins. Here is a direct quote from Elon Musk, who posted this on X 6 years ago. Quote, "Tesla is open to licensing software and supplying powertrains and batteries. We're just trying to accelerate sustainable energy, not crush competitors." I really want to underscore the level of potato brain we're dealing with here at Legacy Auto to not have immediately taken Tesla up on this offer. It would have been a massive, immediate money printer. Think about this. Tesla says 50-50 profit share. They can make $50 a month, a legacy auto company, offering this software, Tesla FSD, licensed from Tesla. Tesla gets half, they get half, to a customer. Imagine if today Toyota and Honda were offering FSD to their customers, even with a minuscule take rate from their customers. They'd be printing billions of dollars of profits per year based on this. They're very high volume automotive manufacturers. Some percentage of their customers goes, yeah, I'd love that software, please. $99 a month, no problem. I'm in. It truly boggles the mind. Back to the article. When Toyota, the world's largest car maker, for now, for the 6th consecutive year, makes such statements, the gravity of the situation is unmistakable. China has become an automotive juggernaut and a force to be reckoned with, not just within its borders, but across global markets. Take Europe, for example, where BYD has a 1.8% share of total sales through the first 2 months of the year. Some context, Nissan is at 1.9%, Honda 0.5%. We are now seeing this. Chinese EV manufacturers are eating the lunch of the mass manufacturing high volume legacy auto companies, just as I predicted more than half a decade ago. As I've said in the past, companies like Toyota, Ford, Honda, GM, name your legacy auto company, they do not need to worry about Tesla. They're never going to catch them. Tesla's always going to be the equivalent of the iPhone. The rest of the industry is competing for the Android-esque customers. It is the Chinese EV manufacturers that legacy auto companies need to be worried about. And finally, they're finally starting to see the writing on the wall. But only when it comes to method of propulsion, electric versus internal combustion engine. At this pace, it's probably going to be, 2032, just after the bankruptcy filing has gone to its conclusion that these companies realize, oh shit, we really should have offered autonomy to our customers to have a fighting chance of survival. Oops. Want more content? Early access? Bunch of perks? Click the links in the pinned comment. AG1 has been part of my daily health protocol for almost half a decade. It's packed full of vitamins and minerals and helps me fill in nutritional gaps while supporting energy, digestion, and immune function. It also has prebiotics and probiotics to promote gut health. I take my health very seriously, and so should you. Try AG1 today by visiting drinkag1.com/SMR or click the link in the pinned comment and enjoy a free welcome kit with vitamin D3 plus K2 and AG1 travel packs. That's drinkag1.com/SMR.